Hello and welcome back to the N-Squared World Domination Society and to the second annual Thingawards. I'm N-Squared and man, has this been an amazing year. We've had a total of 15 prints in Season 2 of Thingasplore, and even though there are only 15, it was so hard to come up with some of these awards. Most of them I have no control over, like biggest print, longest print time, but like my personal favorite, most faithful recreation, very, very difficult year. So we're going to be starting out with the biggest print, and the winner of the 2016 second annual Thingawards biggest print is... I forgot to write down who made the prints, so we're just gonna go with the prints. But yes, the winner is the Master Sword. Oh god, that's... yeah, I ran out of glue a few weeks ago, so... But yeah, as I went over in that video, it's super massive, very difficult to get the whole thing on screen. It's probably... I haven't measured this because I'm not that professional, but it's probably just under 4 feet. And speaking of which, last year's biggest print was, of course, the Ender Dragon. And the reason I have last year's is because the sort of award for winning a Thing award... oh great, another one of the wings is gonna fall off. But yes, you do get an actual award. I'll be designing those and handing them out online in the coming weeks. You also get on my main channel the all-time Thingawards playlist, which I think is the second or third one listed on my channel. So the question is the Master Sword bigger than the Ender Dragon? There doesn't really need to be a drum roll. Obviously, the Master Sword is bigger than the Ender Dragon. I mean, I can't hold them both on screen at the same time to show you, but I mean, you saw it. Like, Master Sword, Ender Dragon. It's no surprise. Next, we're gonna do the winner of the smallest print. I have to figure out which one is the front side, if that wasn't a giveaway. The winner of the smallest print is the Companion Cube. Yep, it's one I quite liked. I suppose I shouldn't say my opinions because there's a most favorite award. But yeah, the video wasn't very popular. I quite liked it. I love the little companion cube, and it's just been sitting on my desk by my computer all these months. Now last year's smallest print was MakerBot's Cute Octopus Says Hello. Very, very close in size, but the winner of the all-time smallest print, which I suppose could be an honor if you, depending on how you take that, is the Cute Octopus Says Hello, which is just barely smaller than the companion cube. Barely. Next up, we have the award for the longest print time, which doesn't necessarily mean the biggest print. And in this case, the biggest print is not the longest print time. Now, bearing in mind, between the first season and then varying throughout this season, MakerBot released their diamond infill pattern, and I have lowered my infill settings from, I think it was 10 to 5, and it used to be 15. So this print was printed for the most part with the hexagonal infill and a higher density, but the winner of this award is the Stormtrooper helmet. I'll also say it was a very close toss-up between this and the Master Sword. I'm going to be releasing a kind of overview on how all the Thingaward stuff works later at some point. Probably not today, I don't have the time. I don't have the actual print time in front of me. It was something like 2 days, and it's a total of a day, 1 day, 14 hours, 16 minutes longer than the Ender Dragon, which was last year's all-time longest print. I kind of spoiled that. I was supposed to do the whole drum roll thing, but yeah. So another new guy on the all-time Thingawards. Next up, we've got the most ironically named award, the most colorful, because it doesn't necessarily mean the print that has the most, like, bright, vibrant colors. It just means the print that either used the most different colors of filament or the most different colors of paint, because I've started painting the prints. Basically, when you count how many colors it is, the one with the most colors wins. In this year, it was a tie. We have got, very ironically, Luke's lightsaber and the 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver is most colorful. Why are my most colorful prints always gray, black, and brown? Well, these are really good prints. They each have a total of 5 colors. It was a tie this year. In fact, it was also a tie last year between Darth Vader's lightsaber in the little LED lantern, which has the bones that glow in the dark. That's why it's 3 colors. And this is just the interior because, you know, it's the only bit that has red in Darth Vader's lightsaber. And you can obviously see 3 colors, 5 colors. These are the new winners of the most colorful prints I've ever done. Very ironic, I know, but they're the most colorful. Next up, we have the winner of the Most Pieces award, and for the longest time, that was the Companion Cube. Yes, it was going to win the smallest and Most Pieces award. But the winner, the real winner of the Most Pieces award is the 3D chess set. Yes, I'm gonna do this one from over here, simply because it's a pain to move this. Because I bumped this and like all the pieces fell off while setting off, and I really don't want to put them back. But it's got a total of 52 pieces, I think it was, with the dual extrusion, or 80 with the single extrusion printer. Last year, the Ender Dragon had the most pieces with, I think, 42. A little more than 42 is the quote from the video. But yeah, this guy almost doubles that with a single extrusion. I think I'm going to count it as 50 pieces, because that's what I printed it for. And for next year's Thingawards, unless I print something with like 81 pieces, that'll solve the problem. But yeah, this is a challenge to future me, to beat 80 pieces by November 6th next year. Now we get to the favorites category. We also have our first new category this year, because I've started using My Mini Factory. We have a My Mini Factory's favorite print, and that is a algorithm I'll put all of the My Mini Factory prints into, and I'll go more into detail on the whole analysis video thing. But the winner of the My Mini Factory's favorite print award is the Zelda Master Sword. Again, super hard to get into film. I think it had like 23 or 26,000 points, which is a completely arbitrary number, I know, but hopefully it'll make sense in the next few days. And of course, this being a new category, it's the winner of the all-time My Mini Factory award. Next up, we have the Thingiverse Favorite Award, very similar to the My Mini Factory award. It's just a different formula, a different algorithm, because My Mini Factory and Thingiverse have different metrics that they use. And the winner of that award is the Stormtrooper helmet. Again, I missed the frame. Now, the current all-time Thingiverse favorite is the cute octopus that says hello. And so the winner of the overall Thingiverse favorite award is... But it's not the Stormtrooper helmet, actually, because I've changed the algorithm that I use. So featured prints, having your print featured on Thingiverse doubles its points, and the cute octopus was never featured. The runner-up for last year's favorite was, however, featured, which puts it ahead of both of these, and that is the little perched owl statue. Now, this guy won't get an award because it was from Season 1, and this is just an update, not really winning anything, but this is now the Thingiverse overall favorite print I've ever done. Right, now we get to the good stuff. The winner of the Fan Favorite Award, which I judge based off of the views the Thingasplorer video gets. And I know that's more biased to older videos than newer ones, but they'll always have a chance to, you know, become the overall favorite for whatever reason next year. But the winner of this year's Fan Favorite, so the video that has the most views in Season 2, is the AT-AT by Kirby Downey. I do know who made this one. The foot broke off as well, and I again don't have glue. Yeah, this guy looks really nice sitting on one of my shelves. It's got the nice full interior, the silver and gray film. It's just a really amazing print. Now the current fan favorite is also the perched owl statue. And so the video that is viewed most out of these two is the AT-AT, I think. I'm not sure because it doesn't win the all-time award. When I made the first Thingawards, one of the older prints, so closer to the release date, didn't have time to get enough views, so the actual current record holder for the fan favorite on all of N Squared of my prints is the Demon Blood Sword by 3D Central. So yep, again, this guy won't receive an award being Season 1, but it is the most viewed Thingasplorer on my channel, and I think my 4th most popular video. So yes, congratulations to 3D Central, and thank you. Now we get to the interesting ones, because these are the prints that are awarded based on my opinion. So the best blank. The first award is the best robotics, and the winner of that best robotics award is the only print I ever sold. Yep, it's the TARDIS, and it's the only print across all my projects, all my prints. I have everything that's ever been on this channel except one, and that's the TARDIS 3D print, which my teacher bought off me as a gift for like a tutor of hers. But congratulations anyway. Now last year's best robotics was the Skull Lantern, and I still believe it's my favorite. I don't know, there's something about it. The TARDIS, the robotics, which was an LED, just like this one, was like a pain to get in to the TARDIS. It was just, and it didn't look quite as good. Whereas this one, the light diffuses everywhere, and it was just a bit neater looking. Next up, we have the best accessory, and I'm not even gonna kid you guys. We all know, it's this guy. Now the current all-time winner is the 3D Central's Ice King crown, and it's a toss-up because I really love both these prints. This guy sits above my computer, which is why I have the mannequin head. But in the end, I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Stormtrooper helmet. It's just, I kind of like the bulkiness, and you know, it's an imposing figure. I've used it in several other videos. It sits right next to my bed on my nightstand, and I just really like the way it looks and how kind of imposing it is. Next up, we've got the Most Faithful Recreation Award, and let me tell you, this was the hardest one to pick, even harder than my personal favorite. Of the 15 prints this year, 14 of them were recreations. The tiniest of flaws would get you eliminated from this award. It was harsh. And even then, the final two were perfect recreations. It just was so close. But in the end, I ended up going with Kirby Downey's portal gun. It was a toss-up at the end between this and the Daedric Dagger. And in the end, just the Daedric Dagger didn't have the red kind of glowing enchanted bits, which is unfair because that's so hard to do with a printer and you can't really paint it. But it's just something that the actual dagger has, and I couldn't reproduce. So in the end, it had to go to Kirby Downey, which I love this print. It's really great, but it is the most faithful recreation of this season. Now, the Demon's Blood Sword was the most faithful recreation of last year, and it is a perfect recreation. I'm not too sure about the length. It's hard to judge, and I think the length varies in the show. But in the end, because it is a perfect recreation, I had to give it to the Demon's Blood Sword as the all-time best, most faithful recreation. And that's because, simply, there aren't tubes going from these bits to this base of the portal gun. I know I said it was a harsh year for the most faithful recreation. In the Demon's Blood Sword, this tooth bit changes in the show. Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's a mix. But I've got the little electrical tape roping sort of thing, and it's just the most faithful recreation I've ever done. And I do love this print, I really do. I'm looking at the notes I have, and apparently I skipped the Most Featured Creator Award. But anyway, the winner of the Most Featured Creator Award for this season, just Season 2, is 3D Central. I literally cannot lift all his prints at the same time. From this season, we have got these from 3D Central. The 5 of his Pokeballs and his hookshot. Oh yes, and so this is for a total of 6 prints this season. Now, he's going up against MakerBot, Jeff, and himself, 3D Central, from last year. And considering he was one of the winners last year, he is still the most featured creator on Thingaverse. Yay, I was rooting for you. Because this is what 3D Central has done. He is like a major artistic style in the decoration of my room. But we've got 5 Pokeballs, a hookshot, a Demon's Blood Sword, and the Ice King's crown. So that's 8 total, or it should be 8. Yes, it is. So this is what 3D Central is made that I featured. And the sad thing is I'm going to feature him more. Oh, he's also got the Captain's Pips I'm not wearing, but it's going to be very hard to lift all this stuff for the most featured creator next year. And finally, we probably have what's the most important award, and that is my personal favorite. The reason I show them to you is because I go through Thingaverse in my mini factory and go, I love this, I love this, I love this. And so my favorite prints I see are put through into Thingasplore, and then I have to choose the favorites from those. It's so difficult. But this year, the winner of the My Favorite Award from Season 2 is the 3D chess set. Yep, over here again. I'm a bit surprised, honestly, with naming this my overall favorite, and I was last year with the Demon's Blood Sword, if I remember correctly. But I think it's because of the 29 prints I've ever done. This is the only practical one. You can actually play a game of 3D chess with it. It's a bit unstable, but I can reprint the pieces, mainly the guy up here that fell off, that they're so troublesome. It's also just looks really great. I have it here, you can see, kind of right by my workspace in front of the modulars. And if you can piece together what that is in your mind, there's Season 3, Episode 1. But yeah, last year it was the Demon's Blood Sword that was my favorite. And slightly surprised, but I think of the 29 prints I've ever done, this is still my favorite. I can't put that on the screen. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, there's something about it I really like. Maybe it's a bit of color in my room. The only red I have in my room is like this in the top of Palace Cinema. I mean, I was kind of joking there, but actually I've got a little red Lego pieces over there, but like dark red. The Pokeballs, and then Spark Fun's electronics and some shelves. That's all the red I have in my room. But yeah, still, congratulations 3D Central for the 2 years running overall favorite of the 29 prints I've ever done. And so that concludes this year's Thingawards. As I said, it was a great year. I love doing this event, and I'm totally looking forward to it next year. Now, regrettably though, Thingasplore Season 3 will not resume next week. I've had a printer problem, and RIP N Squared Flash Forge 2014 to 2016. I knew it was coming. Finally, the wires for both of the extruders have broken off. It's not a problem with the Flash Forge printer. It's my ineptitude of doing something wrong for about a year and a half before the first one went and I found out the problem. But it's an expensive fix. I've got enough prints where I could do 3 more videos without the use of the printer, and they're probably be scattered, maybe bi-weekly, but it's an expensive fix, either buying a new extruder or a whole new printer. Unless, of course, Flash Forge would like to send me their new Creator Pro, I would happily say Thingasplore brought to you by Flash Forge and use the printer in all the videos, or any company, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Worst part is the project that was going to come out in a week or so has a few 3D printed parts. Maybe I can borrow the school's printer, but we'll see. Anyway, for the final time for Season 2. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and sharing it. Subscribe so you can get all the amazing robotics, electronics, and 3D printing projects I have planned. Thanks for watching.